book, We Are Water Protectors. You already know this one? So before we get started with this book, we are going to brainstorm in our heads what we think a water protector may be. And we're going to write it down on the board. So, what do we think a water protector might be? Raise your hand if you have an idea. It doesn't have to be correct. Right now, we haven't read the book, so we don't know yet. Mahad, it looks like you were the first hand. What do you think a water protector is?
Water protector is like a person that's protecting the water.
Protecting the water. Okay. What else are we thinking? Tyler, what do you think it is?
They're protecting the water from trash.
Protecting from trash.
I got a question.
What else are we thinking? Mahad and Aaron, please, voices off or I'm going to have to separate you. Aiden, what are you thinking?
Wait.
Tyler, where are you going?
Is the reading club coming?
The reading, did they call for you?
Yeah, I'm in the reading club.
Go ask Miss Paddock, see if you're supposed to go. Aiden, what are you thinking?
What was his name? The god of the sea or something? Who tried it? Not getting excited.
A god?
Basically.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, so you're thinking kind of like a god?
Like, basically.
It's okay. Protecting. God of the sea. Did everyone hear what Aiden had to say? Someone raise their hand and let me know what Aiden just said. Chevelle. God of the sea. Robert, stay in your pockets, please. Aiden's thinking that a water protector is a god of the sea. What S's that we're thinking? And we are going to begin reading the book now and see what it is about. So this is the book We Are Water Protectors.
You showed me that.
Yes. Tyler. So the first thing before we begin reading, why do we think these colors are on the front of the book? What's the main color you see, TJ?
Blue.
And why do you think it's blue?
Water.
Water, yeah. Tyler?
Snow.
Snow. Okay, so we're thinking of the connection between water and snow. Tyler? Mahad. Remember, we're raising your hands. Yeah. Blue moon?
It goes inside the moon and
You see the moon.
and
You see, are you looking at the people?
the top of the
On top of the people, the stars?
blue sky.
Yeah. What are you thinking? You're seeing the people and you see they're blue too? Yes.
If you turn around and look, it has lots of
Yes.
behind it.
Okay. David, last one. What are you thinking about the colors on this book? Why were they chosen? You don't.
Need to represent the water protector.
Represent, yeah. These colors, the blue, it reminds us of water and what this book is going to be all about. So let's begin reading. We Are Water Protectors by Carol Lindstrom, illustrated by Michaela Goad. But it. Okay. Attention, back up here, Mariani.
Attention. All humans are supposed to be.
Water is the first medicine, Nokomis told me. We come from water. It nourished us inside our mother's body, as it nourishes us here on Mother Earth. Water is sacred, she said. Can we sit up, Aaron, please? We stand with our songs and our drums. We are still here. The river's rhythm runs through my veins, runs through my people's veins. What do you think they mean by the river's rhythm? What do we think the river's rhythm would be? Chevelle? How it flows, yeah. Maybe how it flows, like it's a rhythm. There is more on water protectors after that
What
page.
about snake? Is they killing?
So, why don't we talk about the book now? So,
Oh,
first off, who said you don't want to? I think you seem like you're pretty interested in it. So what do we think the black snake represents? We're gonna raise our hand. What do you think the black snake
I
represents?
think it's like a pipe or like oil inside the thing.
So, Erin is on to something. It has to do with oil. What are you thinking, David?
Like, it came from a swamp.
A swamp? Okay, yeah. And Mahad, what are you thinking?
I think, experiment went
Gone wrong.
and then it got on a snake that was testing on, then the venom got on it, then it turned into a black snake that has venom that's so dangerous.
So, both of you had some good points. Erin, I think you're going to hear this because you had the right idea about the oil. And when you brought up the word experiment, I was thinking about our experiment we did on Monday with oil and water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, in that experiment, do you remember it was kind of hard to get the oil out of the water?
Yep.
So oil can be really bad for water. And the black snake in this book is oil.
Wait, for real? Yep.
Yeah, so it's a metaphor. It's not a real snake, it's oil. And this is a book that has to do with Native American culture. And there's something called a pipeline that they have underground, and that carries oil. But the pipelines are placed a lot of the times by Native American reservations, and the oil can leak out of it, and that causes a lot of issues. So when the oil leaks out, it's bad for the animals, it's bad for their land.
For the person?
Yeah, it can be, the water is unfit to drink, like it said. So that's how it all connects, because we learned about oil and water, and this book is about oil being in water. And you can be a water protector by standing up against the pipelines that leak and cause some damage. And we're gonna be learning more about that. So, this is the book, We Are Water Protectors. I want all of us to follow along and read it together. First medicine, Nokomis told me. We come from water. It nourished us inside our mother's body. As it nourishes us here on Mother Earth. Water is sacred, she said. Does anyone want to volunteer and read this page for us? Mahad?
We stand with our songs and our drums. We are still here.
Good job. Now let's keep going as a class. Here, the word argument, what do we think of? Someone raised their hand. What do you think of for the word argument? Chevelle, what are you thinking of?
Well, I'm thinking of, like, say somebody else says, no, this is something. I said, no, this is something. That's what I think of.
Mahad, what do you think?
I think of argument as like two people are arguing because they want to go first or reading something or.
So that's what we think of for arguments, and you're correct, that is an argument, but we're going to learn about a different type of argument. That is when you want to prove your point on something. So it's kind of like, do you know what an opinion is?
Yes.
We know what opinions are? So we're going to be writing an argument to showcase our opinion on something or what we believe in. So it's a little bit of a different type of argument, and we're going to learn about that today. So we want to write an argument. What do we need to make it effective? So the first thing we need is a statement on our position. So we all have printouts in front of us, and we're going to look at the first one. Do we see where it says claim on our papers? Mahad, do we see where it says claim on our papers? Who wants to read to me what it says by claim?
Claim.
TJ. Do you need some help?
Yeah.
Why don't we read it together? The author needs to create a claim about their position on the issue. So an example of that is, I believe every student at Falwell should recycle. So when we're writing our arguments, we're first going to be starting out with our claim. So our claim is what our belief is on the issue. So if this one was about recycling, the first thing we would say is, I believe every student at Falwell should recycle.
You have to recycle. If you don't recycle, if you don't recycle, the plants will die.
Yeah. Next, we're going to look at for the evidence and reasoning. So when we're writing an argument, we'll read it in just a second. When we read an argument or write an argument, we need to back up our point. So if I go up to you and I say, I don't think we should have recess anymore, but I don't tell you why. If I don't tell you why I think that, are you going to think that I have a good point? No. I think you're also thinking that because you love recess, but we're going to just wait a little bit to get everyone settled in here. Tyler? When I'm saying an argument, I say, I don't think we should have recess anymore, but I don't back it up with anything. So I don't say, I don't think we should have recess because I want my students to do more homework. That's supporting my argument. But if I just say, I don't think we should have recess, you're going to be like, why? You have to back it up. So this is where the evidence and reasoning comes in. So the author needs to use, the author needs to use evidence and reasoning to prove their point. Dylan. So if I say, according to climate.gov, recycling can help stop climate change. Do we know what climate change is? Climate change is when slowly the temperature is increasing because we are not taking care of the earth. So I say every student at Falwell should recycle, and this is why. Because recycling can help stop climate change. You need to make sure that you're saying why you believe in what you believe in.
Why would you say no recess?
Okay. Next, we're going to learn about the call to action. So if you want to prove a point, you want to say, I think every student at Falwell should recycle because of this. You need to have a call to action. Who wants to read to me what it says for call to action on the sheet? David, you had your hand up earlier. Did you want to read this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Recommendation for getting the reader to do what you were arguing for.
So you need to make sure when you're writing an argument or an opinion piece, you are ending it with a call to action. So you need to say, because I believe in this, I'm going to have the reader do this, or I'm going to have the students at Falwell do this. An example is, every student at Falwell should be recycling at least 3 plastic items from their lunch every day. So altogether, I started out with, every student at Falwell should be recycling because of this. And we can do this by having every student at Falwell recycle at least 3 plastic items from their lunch every day.
What's plastic?
You know what plastic is.
Yes, I do know.
Plastic is like a milk carton material, like plastic.
Even water.
Water isn't plastic.
Like plastic.
Mahad, take a seat, please. Raise your hand if you are following along with me. Because we are going to all together look at the next slide and try and decode it a little bit. So I wrote my own argument right here. And all together we're going to find the parts of the argument. We're going to decode, we're going to be spies. So let's look at this. First, we're going to find the claim. Do you remember what the claim was? It was when the author states their position on the issue. Typically, it's at the beginning. Do we see where we think the claim is on here? Raise your hand if you think you see where the claim would be. It's the part where you state what it is. And another hint is it's typically before the word according. Ingrid, where do you think it is? Do you want to underline it?
I think it's exclamation.
Why don't we read it all together? I believe that conserving water will definitely help the earth. According to climate.gov, conserving water can help stop climate change and possibly save you money. Together, we may conserve water by taking shorter showers and possibly turning off the faucet when we are not using it. Where do we think the claim is? It looks like 2 of us know. Chevelle, where do you think it is? You want to come up and underline it? Nice job. This first part is the claim. So we're stating what we think about the issue. Next, do we think we can find the evidence and reasoning? So it's the part where we cite what our information is, starting with according to. Looks like two of us. Mahad, you want to come up and underline it in blue? Want me to help you? And then finish it right here at the word money. Great. Mahad saw that the evidence and reasoning is right here. So it says, according to climate.gov, conserving water can help stop climate change and possibly save you money. Where do we think the call to action is? It's the last part where we're saying what we think that we can do to help this issue. Marian, where do you think it is? Come up and, why don't you come up and underline that? We have to do a highlighter color so we can get yellow. It's just going to be the whole rest of the thing. So start with together all the way down. All the way to the end. There you go. And then this whole one too. It's the whole thing. And then right here. Good job. That end part is the call to action. So we are saying this is what we think needs to be done to help this issue. Next, we're going to look at a matching game, which the stuff's right here. Let me... Just erase this part so it's not in the way. Okay, what do we think the claim is? So we have these three things. We have Falwell students can help our environment by putting paper in the recycling bin. Students at Falwell need to recycle. And then we have something that starts with according to, which makes us think that it's the evidence. Which one do we think the claim would be? Raise your hand if you know. Michaela? Two? Good job. Well, oh. This board is so touchy. 1 second. Oh my goodness. Okay. Everyone attention, back up at the front. Michaela, do you want to come draw a line?
That's so pesado.
Just draw a line from claim to number 2. Why is this not working? Yeah. Let me try a different color. No. That will probably work. There we go. Okay. Michaela's going to draw a line from claim to students that Falwell need to recycle. Oh. Next we have evidence and reasoning. Where do we think the evidence and reasoning is? Robert, you want to come up and draw a line? Do you know the next one you think? Okay, keep it to yourself and then we can take a look. Okay, Robert, draw a line to where you think it goes. Good job. Okay. Let's make sure we're not crossing out any of the words so we can all see what it is. So Robert says the evidence and reasoning goes to number 3, which is according to EPA.gov, recycling helps save energy. Next, we have the call to action. Angel, come up and draw a line. We'll have some other things we're doing next, okay? You'll have time. Good job. Angel says the call to action goes to Falwell students can help our environment by putting paper in the recycling bin. Great job, Angel. So now we're going to move on to something a little different.
Like what?
Which is modality. Everyone say the word modality.
Modality.
That's kind of a funny word, isn't it? So we're going to pass out. Do you want it? We're going to be looking at modality. So who wants to, everyone make sure your attention's back up here. Christian, Mahad, Okay. Who wants to read this chunk of text right here for the class? Is there anyone besides these two awesome readers that wants to read? Mariani, why don't you read this for us? Modality.
Are words that
Function to create
different
possibilities or certainties.
There are 3 levels from
Modality.
the
The higher the modality, more certain the sentence is. Looks like I have a little bit of a typo in there. I am so sorry, but we all make mistakes. So, when I'm going to say 3 sentences to you, and you're going to tell me if you notice a difference. This table, Ingrid, I'm going to say 3 sentences, so you're going to have to listen closely and tell me if you hear a difference. The first sentence is, I may go to the park. I may go to the park. The next one is, I can go to the park. I can go to the park. And the last one is, I must go to the park. I must go to the park. Do you think that we notice a difference in those sentences? Mahad, what do you notice?
I noticed that
Yeah. So what modality is these words create different possibilities or certainties. What is a certainty? What does it mean if you're certain about something? You know, yeah. So the higher, if you use a high modality word, you know it. So I know I love 4th grade. Medium is I'm not positive. So I probably like snow. I probably like snow. Do I love it? I don't know, but I probably like it. Low modality is I do not like it. So I may like broccoli. I definitely like broccoli. I may like broccoli. So what we're going to do is we're going to look through these words now. Robert, sit on your pockets, please. Low modality words. Everyone look at your half sheet in front of you. Hold it in your hands. Okay, let's first look at low modality words. Those words are may, might, maybe, perhaps, possibly. So they're not very certain words. If you say any of those words, you're not super certain about what you're saying. The next one is medium, which this one can be a little tricky. Medium modality words are can, could, should, probably, likely, usually. So you're not super certain when you use those words. You're thinking maybe. It's higher than below, but it's not 100%. Next is high. Those are will, must, have to, definitely, and certainly. Mariani. Everyone needs to have their eyes up at the front. Michaela, eyes at the front. I don't want you guys messing around with anything at your tables right now, please. Okay. Now that we have these words in front of us, we are gonna be looking at our half sheet and find out what we think it is. So we're gonna read this together. The bolded words are the modality words. And we're gonna use our half sheet to see what level they are. So everyone needs to be looking at their half sheet right now. If you think it's a low modality word, you're gonna put a 1. If you think it's a medium, you're gonna put a 2. And if you think it's a high, you're gonna put a 3. So let's start. I believe that conserving water will definitely help the earth. I think it will definitely help the earth. Which one do we think that is? Do we think it's low, medium, or high? It looks like we have some 3s. We think it's high. We are correct. Let's keep going. According to climate.gov, conserving water can help stop climate change. What do we think can? We think it can stop climate change. Good job. We got 2s in the air. Everyone's giving me a peace sign. Okay.
Peace sign.
And possibly save you money. Possibly.
That's a 1.
Good job. I see those 1s in the air. together we may conserve water. What do we think? I see some ones. Good job.
Yeah, one.
By taking shorter showers and perhaps turning off the faucet when we're not using it. Perhaps. Good job, everyone. Everyone give yourself a pat on the back. Good job with that activity. We are going to be doing a little practice. Now, I want us all to remember, sometimes when you see things like this, you think it's like a quiz. We're just learning right now, so it doesn't matter if we get it wrong. Let's look at the first one. This is going to be a high modality sentence. I blank go to the park. If we want it to be high modality, we really want it to be certain. What word do we think we're going to use? I might go to the park. I could go to the park. I will go to the park. Raise your hand, and if you know the answer, you're going to raise your hand. I'm going to call on you. It looks like Michaela knows. Do you think it's C? So do you want to come up and write that word right here? Good job. Let's make sure this is working. Oh, here. Oh.
Can you put pink?
You want to do pink? You want me to change it to pink? Okay, so write that word. You got it. Oh, sorry.
Oh
It's
my
kind of.
God.
It's a little bit big, but it's okay.
Oh my God, it's a
There we go.
junior.
So we chose C. Medium modality. She blank help the earth by recycling. She can help the earth by recycling. She may help the earth by recycling. She must help the earth by recycling. We want it to be medium. What do we think, Mariani? She can help the earth by recycling. I think you're right. Come up and write that word right here. C, yep, but just write C-A-N. Yep. Good job. Okay, and now low modality. Blank likes to go to the store. Looks like a lot of us know the answer. Good job. Let's see. Let's choose someone that hasn't. Is there anyone that hasn't written on the board today that has their hand up? Angel, have you written on the board?
No, thank you.
Yeah? Well, why don't we have Angel come up? Angel, which one do you think it is? Come here. Thank you for applauding, Maha. Okay. So low, which one do you think it is? You think it's this one? You want to copy it right
Do
there?
you like chocolate? Let me see. Do you like candy? Oh, okay.
Oh, actually,
Yo le digo con cuernos,
this one.
¿no? No, you're blank. You don't like the label again. Okay, do it again. You like no, sus cuernos.
Okay, right.
Otra vez con cuernos.
Everyone make sure, even if my face is against the board, you need to make sure you're still paying attention.
Yeah.
Good job, Angel. The board's a little touchy. Just because. There you go. Good job. Perhaps he likes to go to the store.
No.
It's not super certain. Perhaps he likes to go to the store. So this is the last activity we were doing today.
That's the last thing.
I'm going to say a sentence, and you're going to tell me which modality it is, okay? I will go to school. Do a 1 if you think it's low, 2 if it's medium, 3 if it's high. Good job. Let's do, usually I go to the park. Usually. Good job. I saw Dominica put it right up. Let's see. I perhaps like broccoli. Good job. Okay. You all did a really good job today with this lesson. I know it was a little challenging sometimes because modality, you're like, what is the word modality? But you did an awesome job. So everyone needs to do silent cheers. Everyone needs their hands in the air. Yay! Good job, everyone.